Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face while you're sleeping. You might not know this, but landslides are among one of the deadliest natural disasters that happen each year. For that very reason, we've compiled for you a list of the 10 most massive landslides caught on camera. Number 10. Pantai Remis Landslide, Malaysia. The Pantai Remis landslide took place on the 21st of October in 1993. It was a shocking event that occurred in an opened, abandoned mine in Perak, Malaysia. Experts believe that this was due to both rockfall and flooding. The region was known for its flourishing tin mining industry and used to produce 1/3 of the total supply of tin in the world. However, in search of more tin, workers dug below the earth until they got extremely close to a seawall. Therein, the water pressure began building gradually, and rock slides began moving that led to the collapse of the seawall that once held everything in place.
Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that'll take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. You just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell, and you'll get 25 years of amazing luck. Try it. It really works.
Number 9. Ontario, Canada. Landslides can take place at any time, anywhere, including on mountains, on plain grounds, and even in water. The ability of this natural occurrence to be random means that nobody is able to prepare in advance or even capture it on camera. In this instance, the land just beside and beneath a railway track suddenly sprung into motion. The person recording it stood at an insanely close distance, but was safe as he moved from the spot almost instantly. The land beside the railway tracks first began to slide into the rushing water beside it, and soon after, the soil that was directly beneath it as well. During further investigation, it was discovered that the soil beneath the railway tracks was of a sensitive type, and although the reason for this happening is still not quite known, at least there was no train moving on the tracks at the time, and no lives were lost as a result of this incident. Number 8. EVERETT, Washington. This event occurred in December of 2012 in Everett, Washington. A train was moving at a steady pace, and the landslide started in little phases. At first, a small amount of debris moved down the hill. However, in a few minutes, a major landslide occurred, knocking off 7 carriages, along with the cargo that was carrying different items, ranging from chemical supplies to fertilizers. What began as a dribble of mud trickling down the side of a cliff in seconds turned into a wall of dirt and debris hurtled into a freight train passing below. It was also one of the hundreds of landslides that occurred in the Pacific Northwest, partly due to the winter season and heavy rainfalls. Number 7. Istanbul, Turkey. In a bid to prevent landslides, some people have taken actions such as building retaining walls. This helps to prevent or reduce the debilitating impacts of a landslide in an area. However, on this occasion, the magnitude of this landslide was so great that it sent the retaining wall crashing down in Istanbul's Beyoğlu district in a Turkish village in July 2018. The landslide took the foundation of the building away. Initially, dirt and debris began pouring from underneath the wall before a huge beam gave way. After the first phase, everything followed into a tumble. Although a part of the building was seen to have survived the landslide and was hanging on top of a cliff, this lasted only for a few hours before it eventually came crashing down in a heap as well. Fortunately, no lives were lost, and losses were just limited to the loss of property. Authorities blame this on the failure of the retaining wall, poor engineering, and heavy rainfall. Number 6. Minas Gerais, Brazil. This landslide occurred in January 2020 in the southeast region of Brazil. It was a major travesty for both the residents and the world at large. It affected notable places such as Minas Gerais, Espírito Santo, as well as Rio de Janeiro, which happens to be the country's capital. This landslide most definitely rode on the coattails of several torrential rains that had set a new record for the greatest amount of rainfall within 24 hours in that region. The rain continued for days on end, leading to around 30,000 people to be displaced and the death of at least 50 individuals. The landslide sent buildings tumbling down the street, and a state of emergency was declared in about 47 towns and cities within and around the area. This event is said to be among the effects of climate change, as well as due to an increase in global temperatures. After the incident, scientists warned that there may be more disasters like this in the coming years, and blamed the combination of living in endangered areas, slopes, and banks of watercourses, as well as climate extremes. Number 5. Shimla Landslide, India. In September of 2018, a massive landslide occurred near the suburbs of Shimla in India. Experts say it was due to the volume of rainfall which peaked during that period, as well as the geography of the area. During the process, large particles of dirt and debris fell from a plane onto the lower areas, destroying cars in the process and trapping some others underneath the debris. The landslide sunk about 8 to 10 vehicles and also destroyed houses and a temple in the area. Fortunately, no life was reported to have been lost during the disaster, but economic activities in the area were halted and vehicles had to divert their routes due to the tragic occurrence. In an attempt to prevent such an event again, there was an attempt to install Doppler radar in the area to improve the accuracy of forecast predictions. Number 4. QINGHAI Landslide, China. A lot of landslides occur each year in the world, with China being one of the worst-hit countries. This is most common during the monsoon rainfall periods. In total, about 130 million people in China have been negatively affected by natural disasters such as landslides, which are a hindrance to economic growth. This landslide that was caught on camera happened on a major road in the Qinghai province of China in August of 2018. It followed the downpour of torrential rainfall, which had weakened the soil in the hilly region. It began with little pieces of rock rolling down onto the road, before larger rocks and dust came down due to the collapse of the slope in the area. Fortunately, during the travesty, no lives were lost, as the road had already been closed and people evacuated from the region after the meteorological agency received signs of imminent danger. Number 3. DALHOUSIE, India. Although landslides are regarded as natural disasters, a lot of the time they occur due to triggering factors that range from heavy rainfall to mining and soil erosion. However, sometime around August 2018, in the southern state of Kerala in India, a landslide occurred along the 270-kilometer Jammu-Kashmir's Srinagar National Highway, which was triggered by monsoon season floods, which caused an increase in moisture as well as loosened the dirt in the area's soil. The area is famed for being a major tourist destination in India and had a high probability of people being affected. Fortunately, there was nobody in the mountains, and due to this, no lives were lost. Schools and social gatherings were closed down, and everybody was advised to stay indoors and stay away from the rivers and lakes, until the meteorological agency could determine the impossibility of another disaster happening. Despite the road being temporarily closed down, it had to be worked on quickly and reopened so that the economic activities could resume, since the road was the only linking route for commuters. And with that, it's now time for today's subscriber pick. Today's photo was sent to us by one of our subscribers, so if you come across a photo online and want to know more details about it, just send it on over to us. We might even feature it on a future video. Number 2. On April 25, 2010, a side slope failure occurred on Taiwan's National Freeway Number 3, creating an almost immeasurable amount of debris and blocking freeway traffic for 1 month. No rainfall or earthquakes occurred in the week before the landslide. According to the field investigation, the landslide was caused by either a dip in the slope or due to excessive vertical joints in the upper, heavily weathered sandstone, causing rainfall to penetrate deep underneath the layers. Number 1. Valley of Geysers, Russia. In June of 2007 in Russia, one of the regions that was incredibly geyser abundant was destroyed when a landslide of a great magnitude moved past it. The resulting debris was a mixture of both melting snow, trees, and rocks, which led to many geysers being buried, and also blocked the geyser river that led to an increase in the pool's upstream temperature. After several hours of continuous landsliding, a new water channel was formed, and ultimately, a lake, causing it to overwhelm the number of existing geysers. In present day, they now lie hidden beneath the landslide in a distance that reaches up to 180 feet of dirt. Scientists have reported that it would be almost impossible for new openings to find their way through these multiple layers of dirt. This has also distorted the ecosystem because the heated steam springs and water ensure that the temperature of this geyser increased more than that of the surrounding land. Well, that concludes our list of the 10 massive landslides caught on camera. Let us know in the comment section below which one of these terrified you the most. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that bell icon.